Who is the statue's owner? New Jersey or New York? It ought to be simple to understand. However, a protracted dispute between the states over their river border has involved Liberty Island, the island on which the statue is located, along with the islands in between, which saw rounds in the 1990s, 1980s, 1930s, the 1830s, and possibly more after 2000. But in order to comprehend, we first need to go back to the 1600s. When England annexed the Dutch colony via bigger navy diplomacy, New Netherland was just going about her business. Here is where things become complicated because England did not completely divide New Holland. It wasn't all England's fault for the catastrophe. Maps from the 1600s weren't great, but they weren't much better either, and she was far away. Consequently, the charter dividing New Netherlands reads as follows. This indenture was executed on June 4, 2061, which was the 16th year of. Whereas did give and grant all that tract of land pertaining to the westward of Long Island and Manhattan Island by letters under pads of the Great Seal of England, bearing date on or around the 12th day of. Do. Okay. Additionally, the aforementioned tract of land is bordered on the east by both the Main Sea and the Hudson River, and in the future, it will be known as New Caesarea. New Jersey, perhaps. You decide. Oh my goodness, this is not a fun read. England, you should try paragraph breaks. This chart contains ambiguous names for everything, incorrect latitude and longitude coordinates, and insufficient trivia descriptions. Everything is a hazy mess. Is this, for instance, a portion of the Hudson River? The charter is silent on this. And where is bounded on the east? Another section refers to many additional islands, but which one specifically? Like, let's say, Liberty Island and Ellis Island. England told the nascent colonies, whatever, your issue now, and then turned away for 300 years. According to New Jersey, the islands of State, Ellis, and Liberty belonged to her because the Hudson River flowed out to sea and her border ran down the middle of the river, as it does in every other colonial charter. The Empire State, though, disagreed New York. Which river is that? Then moves forward after a turn. New York, these islands. Additionally, the piers you have erected in the river as well as the entire river. Entire New York. Everything is ours. Although New Jersey disagreed, bigger stick diplomacy prevails when borders are hazy. And with New York, a wealthy and influential city, at the center of the struggle. New York received what it desired. Why don't we split the river? New Caesarea. New Jersey question. Why don't you make me? New York question. Where are my taxes from those piers, too? Also, this island is currently under smallpox quarantine. Stop hitting yourself as well. By 1832, New Jersey had had enough and summoned the Supreme Court rather than the instructor. New York chose not to attend, claiming that the court lacked the power to resolve a dispute between the states, which, though absurd today, was once something of an enigma, since America was then engaged in power battles with their addict states, and New York's disregard for the Supreme Court didn't help. It would be worse if the Supreme Court decided that New York had to share its borders, which appeared likely. New York would cooperate, but no, it would instruct the court to be unreasonable instead. America, which was attempting to develop into a strong federal government, did not want this. Therefore, the Supreme Court chose not to hear the matter at this time. It may do so later. Then, America utilized political clout to persuade New York to accept a private resolution with New Jersey. The two states thus bargained, in exchange for giving up her rights to Staten Island, New Jersey. New York concurred that New Jersey's northern border went all the way down to the river, beyond Liberty Island and Ellis Island, cramming around Staten Island before returning to the open ocean. So, New Jersey is home to the Statue of Liberty. No, New Jersey also abandoned Liberty Island and Ellis Island. which may seem like a lot to give up, but consider that access to rivers during the steamboat era was crucial, and it was worthwhile to give up a few islands to get her peers back. And because a power battle between her and the states was avoided, America was pleased, and everything would happen without a hitch. Oh hey, anyway, both islands are outposts of New York that lie within the state of New Jersey. The location of the Statue of Liberty is so clarified. Technically right, but in the most meaningless way, is in New Jersey. America soon realized Liberty Island's advantageous location amid all of this, and she claimed it as her own federal property, erecting a lovely star fortress there that could fire in all directions. Seemed familiar. Later, France sent the Statue of Liberty to America as a reminder of their unwavering friendship. A connection formed side by side in the youthful rebels' fight for freedom from the empire during them. A connection that America will undoubtedly #never forget. The said, I'll place it right here so that visitors to the United States will notice it right away. BFFs, friends. Friends for life. In order to create an national monument, the statue was placed atop a former federal fort on federal property. So the statue belongs to America. What is federal land? Like, what does it mean? For real though, begins with this. That will be categorically dismissed as a tale for another time, since else we won't be able to conclude this. We have yet to discuss the dispute over the undersea land, even if it is just the 1960s. We'll now return to Ellis Island, which, 150 years after borders were ostensibly established, New Jersey partially claimed as her own again. See, the island was a lot bigger in the 1800s than it was in the 1990s. And because teenage rivalries never really end, New Jersey once more requested the Supreme Court's assistance. This time, New York arrived on time. New Jersey claimed that she owned the additional land. The enlarged island was still her island. According to New York, who disagreed. How did Ellis Island expand then? New York asserted that she threw the soil here while excavating the subways in the river's New Jersey side. However, her dirt equals her new land, which is an intriguing method of expanding your territory. However, neither New York nor New Jersey could locate any documents to show the court where the land originated. Therefore, it will never be known how Ellis Island expanded by 3 sizes. Still, whatever. Everything above the ocean was declared to be New York by the court, and New Jersey filled the entire area below the water. But New Jersey would be the case if below turned into above. As a result, this island is owned by New Jersey, with just a small original portion being located in New York, which creates a wonderful yet ludicrous border that allows for one last disagreement. Liberty Island used to be yay, but is now. Therefore, New Jersey, not New York, should be mentioned here, despite the fact that it hasn't yet been contested, perhaps because neither state has noticed. Lady Liberty would still be on the New York side of the bridge, though. What will be on the New Jersey side? Do you know? Gift shop. And the only factor more significant than the monument's owner is the proprietor of the monument's gift shop. We'll find out, but as things stand, there is a New York island in the waters off of New Jersey. The Statue of Liberty is an national monument, and it is situated on federal territory. Oh, and there's Shooter's Island as well. Right through it runs the state border. I doubt that anyone took notice. Well, anyway, it's a bird sanctuary run by New York,